I mean, I opened up as the underdog, and it just felt like they just don't see my skills, and it's been that way for a long time since coming up. You know, they see the knockout, they see what I do, but they don't know how I'm doing it, so they never really rate me too well, you know. But that's fine. I have my style, and I'm confident against anybody, and just gonna keep on shocking people.
Every day requires the same focus, no letting up. No letting up. The noise cannot disturb me. That's the key in all this. To remain focused on reality, to not see myself bigger than what I'm called to do.
Ryan Garcia's camp with Mario Barrios' fight feels different, and you can see the moment the footage starts rolling. Training under Derek James isn't about flashy clips or viral speed anymore. It's about structure, patience, and purpose.
No matter what they throw at me, no matter what they say about me, no matter all the things they try to bring me down, they try to break me, from saying that I fake mental health issues, from saying I'm an Instagram fighter, from saying I have no skills. Saying I'm not a complete fighter. All this stuff was a plot to distract me away from becoming the person I was always destined to be. And it's up to me to prove them all wrong and me to fulfill my destiny.
Ryan isn't just throwing fast hands for camera. He's sitting down on his punches, working behind a disciplined jab, and actually learning how to control space instead of sprinting through it. That's the quiet shift. With James's ear, the focus looks heavier on balance, punch selection, and staying defensively responsible after he fires, which matters a lot against someone like Mario Barrios, a guy who's long, durable, and comfortable dragging fights into deep water.
Again, thank you for the time we had together, guys, and I know it's going to be a great fight. I know you're working hard.
How could you, Joe? That's messed up.
Pardon?
I said, how could you? That's messed up.
What's messed up?
You know what I said? I mean, just can't believe you're doing this to me. That's insane.
What?
You hurt my heart.
Well, I'm still not sure.
You broke my heart. It's over. It's over. We're done.
Again?
We're done. Yeah, I'm breaking up with you again.
Now, how did I do that?
You just broke my heart. Just move on.
All right. Well, I thought I was.
No, you were being sweet.
I thought I was being courteous and generous, and that's what I'm trying to be here. And I hope you don't take offense to it.
It's cool.
Because I don't ever want to offend fighters. I love what I do.
I'm offended. Too late. I'm offended.
You what?
I'm offended already. I'm hurt.
All right, good.
I'm offended, hurt, all that.
Ryan's speed is obviously still there, but now it's being layered into combinations instead of single-shot explosions. You can tell Derek James is trying to turn Ryan from a moment fighter into a round winner, someone who can build pressure without burning fuel. That's the intrigue here. If Ryan Garcia can blend his natural athletic gifts.
I just know I'm destroying. That's it. I don't like him. He don't like me. I don't need him. I'm ready. I'm coming in there to conquer him. Everything he thinks he believes in me, I'm gonna see something else. Everything he thinks, I'm showing him something new. He don't know me. You don't know me. You don't know how many miles I can run. He's not crazy like me. You don't think like me. He calls it corny. I can believe all this.
With James' system of composure and control, this isn't just about beating Barrios. It's about redefining how seriously people take Ryan as a complete fighter. This camp doesn't look loud. It looks intentional. And in boxing, that's usually when things get dangerous. Coming right off all the Ryan noise, streaming clips, trainer debates, and is he serious this time? Speculation. Mario Barrios steps in sounding like the calmest guy in the room, someone who already knows the clock is ticking for everyone else. What jumps out immediately is how Barrios isn't biting on the circus at all. When he talks about training with Joe Goosen, it's not hype, it's intention. This feels like a veteran saying, I don't need new tricks, I need sharper ones. And when he shrugs off the idea that working with Ryan's former trainer is some psychological chess move, I actually believe him. Barrios' entire tone is built around work, not flexing.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like I said, I think with Joe, I could definitely make that stretch that I want to, with the rest of my career, and be able to, accomplish as much as I can. Nah, it just happens to be a crazy a coincidence. Even if the fight with Ryan wasn't made, going with Joe was going to be the move that was made regardless. But yeah, it just happens to be a coincidence.
The way he keeps redirecting the conversation back to habits, fundamentals, and pressure, that's grown man boxing talk. I also love how he handles the Ryan psyche questions, basically saying, I know where I'm at. Whatever he's doing is his problem. That's exactly how you talk when you're confident in your camp. And let's not gloss over this part. When Barrios says Ryan hasn't been in there with a real welterweight yet, that's not trash talk. That's a weight class reality check. The Pacquiao reflection hits too. You hear the regret, but also the lesson learned. Pressure earlier. Don't admire the moment. Take it. That matters here.
You think he's deserving of this title shot for you?
Yeah, I don't know if it's so much that he's deserving, but he's definitely, the one of the biggest names, to make the fight with right now. But that being said, I don't think he's has been in there with the true welterweight yet, but he's gonna be on the 21st.
When Barrios talks about being disrespected as a champion, it doesn't sound bitter. It sounds motivating, like he's tired of being everyone's safe big fight. And when he says he's going in with bad intentions, that if he sees Ryan hurt, he's going to take advantage, that's not wild talk. That's a professional telling you he understands when to flip the switch. Meanwhile, the Devin Haney future talk hangs in the air like a carrot, but Barrios keeps swatting it away, reminding everyone that February 21st comes first. He's not the loudest guy in the room. He's the one sharpening the knife, while everyone else argues about who brought it.
Yeah, so I'm just telling everybody, just tune in, and yeah.
Tell us now, what's the prediction? Is it a stoppage, unanimous decision? Gonna make him quit? Well, what is it?
I know I see me with my hand raised at the end of the fight. By any means, I'm going in there with bad intentions. I'm going in there to hurt Ryan. And if at any point I do see I have him hurt, I'm gonna try to get him out of there.
Coming straight off Barrios' measured, no circus confidence, Tim Bradley steps in like a former champion who refuses to let this fight be framed the wrong way. And honestly, this is the kind of tension boxing needs. Bradley isn't dismissing Ryan at all, but he is poking holes in the hype bubble. And when Timothy Bradley starts talking about experience, you lean in. He flat out reminds everyone that popularity opens doors, not punches. That's where things get uncomfortable for Ryan fans. Yes, Ryan Garcia brings eyeballs. But Bradley keeps circling back to the idea that eyeballs don't help you when a grown man across from you has already felt Tank, Thurman, and Pacquiao-level resistance. And he's not wrong. When Bradley calls Mario Barrios a fully cooked fighter with real rounds in his legs, it clashes perfectly with the slick new Ryan narrative.
Barrios is experienced. I don't give a damn what anybody says. He got a lot of experience, man. He got the best resume at 147 pounds, right? He's a champion. You know what I mean? He's been in the ring with Tank Davis as well. He's been in the ring. Who else was the guy he been in the ring with? That was
Pacquiao recently, obviously.
Pacquiao recently, and there was another one.
Thurman? Was it Thurman?
Yeah, Keith one-time Thurman. You got a guy like Garcia. His last performance wasn't that great. I expect him to have a better performance this time around. He gonna need to have a better performance, because if he brings that type of performance into the ring with Barrios is gonna eat him up.
I like how Bradley frames it less as Ryan can't win and more as Ryan can't afford to be fragile. That's the key word. He keeps hinting that Garcia doesn't like being hit clean and doesn't like pressure that talks back. That's where Barrios becomes dangerous, not flashy, just relentless and steady. Then Bradley takes a hard left turn into the business side, calling boxing a popularity contest. And you can feel the bitterness of a guy who had to earn everything the hard way. His Jake Paul rant might sound wild, but it ties back to the same theme. Shortcuts don't translate in real fights. And when he ultimately says he favors Barrios right now, it doesn't feel like hate. It feels like a warning label. Ryan's speed and left hook are real. But Bradley is basically saying, if that's all you bring, Barrios will read it, absorb it, and start taking pieces. This isn't about viral clips anymore. It's about whether Ryan can survive being uncomfortable for 12 full rounds. That's the real fight hiding underneath all this noise.
It's gonna be easy work. He gonna eat him up, man. But see, this is the thing, man. I noticed one thing about Garcia. Garcia don't like power. Now, does Barrios has enough pop on his shots to keep Garcia honest? That's what I worry about, right? And if Garcia land that left hook, can Barrios take it? You know, because that seemed to be an issue for Barrios. You know, upstairs and downstairs, the left hook. So, you know, interesting fight. It ain't no far-gone conclusion, like I said, that Garcia just gonna walk through a guy like Barrios. Barrios got a lot of experience. He wants to hold on to that strap.
Right after Tim Bradley finishes swinging the hammer on comfort versus consequences, Max Kellerman and Robert Garcia step in and flip the conversation into something far more unsettling. Now, it's not about talent. It's about control. Max frames this fight as a green light moment for Ryan Garcia, the kind where the industry already sees him as a future welterweight champion and is planting Devin Haney posters before the ink is dry. That's exactly where Robert Garcia quietly throws a wrench in. He doesn't question Ryan's speed or power. He questions whether Ryan ever truly lets anyone be in charge. When Robert brings up Eddie Reynoso, Joe Goosen, Derek James, and asks if all of them weren't good enough, that's not shade. That's a character test. You can feel Max lean into it too, because boxing history is full of talented fighters who hit a ceiling the moment comfort becomes a priority.
Look, Barrios is dedicated. I know him. He's actually a good friend, a good person. And they chose him because they think Ryan has everything it takes to become champion, to become the welterweight champion, because they're already planning on huge fights with Devin Haney and whatever out there for Ryan. But the fact that Ryan, you know, has gone through 3 top trainers that would have done a great job, Eddie Reynoso, Joe Goosen, and Derek James.
Correct.
And he's not training with neither of them. He's training with his dad, which I'm not saying the dad is not, you know, the dad brought him through the amateur.
The NFL analogy Robert drops lands hard. Elite fighters need structure the same way elite teams need a coach who's willing to say no. When he says boxing isn't a comfort business, that line should be taped to every gym wall in America. What makes this spicy is that Robert still says Ryan should win, almost like a challenge rather than a prediction. Meanwhile, Mario Barrios keeps being framed as the adult in the room. Experienced, durable, already baptized by elite pressure. Not flashy, but stubborn in the worst way. Now, the fight isn't just left hook versus fundamentals. It's independence versus discipline, star power versus structure. Max sounds like he's selling the opportunity. Robert sounds like he's warning about the price. And we're stuck in the middle because, honestly, they're probably both right.
And fighters want it comfortable, right? Sometimes when Miguel Cotto would want to train in certain places because it was more comfortable for him, I thought, I want to see the Miguel Cotto when it's uncomfortable, right? And Cotto's a great fighter, of course, and a serious person. But the fighter really has a little too much control when they reach a certain level sometimes of their own career, which is good in one way, but in another way can limit them athletically. Because boxing is not a comfort business.
That's where this whole thing lands when you step back and zoom out. On one side, you have Ryan Garcia trying to rewrite his narrative in real time, slowing down, buy into structure, and testing whether discipline can finally catch up to his natural gifts. On the other, you have Mario Barrios moving like a man who's already lived through the chaos, already felt the pressure, and is quietly preparing to punish mistakes instead of chasing moments. Add voices like Bradley, Kellerman, and Robert Garcia, and suddenly this fight stops being about hype or clips and turns into a real boxing question. Does growth beat experience, or does experience expose growth before it's fully cured? Every angle points somewhere different, which is exactly why this matchup feels so volatile. There's no clean outcome on paper, just collision. One fighter evolving in front of the world, the other daring him to prove it under fire. That's the kind of fight that splits opinions, starts arguments, and ages better every time you rewatch it.
More of his opponent, where maybe I could get away with training with my dad, compared to if I'm fighting a top dude.
It'd be a big mistake to underestimate him. Right, and it's like everyone thought he was going to win that fight, and Rolly just outboxed him. Rolly outboxed him and looked good doing it. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's crazy. I wish that Ryan, because he's so talented, I wish he would stick to a coach and really just follow the instructions.
Ryan gonna win this fight. He gonna win this fight. He gonna win this fight.
I don't know.
He got to.
Drop your take in the comments. Let's really debate this one. And yo, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Punch Power. See you in the next one. Oncoming Fistfire.